Oh.
Those, I think, are top to bottom.
I should wait, right?
There's still people coming down.
I'm gonna shoot.
Danielle, look, we're on that shot.
Lovely. Oh, you are.
Oh, they're putting me on the shot. What time is it? 3:30. It's 3:34. Go for it.
Hello.
Come on, front section.
That was exactly what I expected. Last semester, I took a public speaking course. We're about to see if that's gonna pay off right now. I remember one of my first speeches in that class. After delivering my speech, my professor, Jenny Wales, she said, "Congratulations, Karina, you did such a great job. Just one question, did you happen to breathe at all during that entire 5-minute speech that you just did?" I exhaled a long overdue breath and said, "No, I had not." So help me out to start off on the right foot, and let's take a deep breath. Thank you. We have a very big weekend ahead of us, but before we look ahead, I'd like to ask you to take a glance back with me to our time here at the University of Virginia. If you're feeling a little bit lost or overwhelmed or rained on, welcome to graduation weekend. Thank you so much for coming to the ceremony called valediction, a term that means the action of saying farewell and extending best wishes. However, if you're anything like me and you consider UVA one of your homes forever, I don't think we can ever truly say farewell. My name is Karina Reynolds, finally getting to the introduction. And I had the incredible honor of serving as the class of 2024 vice president for the past 4 years. I think it's a good time to clear up a few myths about my role. I can't see your grades, nor can I change them. I can't text Jim Ryan whenever I want, and I can't bring sheets back to the corner. I should have tried that one. What I can do, however, is witness firsthand how incredible the class of 2024 is. As the graduating class, we have navigated through challenging times that have tested our limits, but ultimately strengthened our spirit. The COVID-19 pandemic marked the beginning of our university journey. How fun was that? We were thrust into a world of virtual classes and social distancing. Again, this could not diminish our spirit. Despite the hurdles thrown our way, we remained undeterred in forging strong bonds with our professors, putting on cherished community events like lighting of the lawn, shout out Lodal, getting the first Bodos ticket, and looking at the sun set over our grounds on Carter's Mountain, surviving really intense snowball fights on the lawn, and feeling the exhilaration of running down the lawn with almost zero wind resistance, if you know what I mean. We took on several roles within the university, becoming not just students, but leaders, athletes, innovators, friends to faculty and staff, and advocates for positive change. We have faced heartbreak, yet found ways to honor those that we lost. By continuing with heart and hope, and letting their light guide us forward. Our journey through UVA has seen us become more than just a class. We've redefined the term class of 2024, and we will continue to impress the world and better the world wherever we go. As we stand on the brink of graduation, take pride in what we've achieved and the legacy that we have built. We have forged a community that is stronger and more resilient than ever. We have made the University of Virginia our home, and as we step into the next chapter, we carry with us our deepest friendships, our most vivid memories, and our most valuable lessons. We not only discovered what we love, but who we love. So let us embrace these final moments together, celebrating our accomplishments and looking forward to a very bright future. Let's take one more deep breath, because believe it or not, the best is yet to come for the class of 2024. So again, this is not my farewell. However, it is my best wishes to you all. Thank you. You thought I was done. I'm here to stay. So before I turn your attention to a class video made of a compilation of our fondest memories, I have been asked to read a letter from the Seven Society. This one I'm going to be reading directly. Dear Class of 2024, on this momentous day in your academic and professional journeys, the Seven Society wishes to congratulate you on your 4 years of exploration, growth, and accomplishment. Your leadership allowed the university to emerge from the pandemic enlivened and inspired. And we are eternally grateful and in awe of your class for that. Your dedication to the university has driven your desire to improve these grounds. And as a result, you are leaving it a better place than you found it. This weekend and your class marked a crucial milestone for the university. For much of the University of Virginia's history, women were not allowed to partake in the same academic opportunities as their male counterparts. In September 1970, however, over 450 women were welcomed as students entering the college. Woo woo. While many of them faced hardship throughout their journey, they persevered. 4 years later, 1974, the university celebrated the graduation of its first class of women, and their presence paved the way for others to grace these grounds. We express our most sincere gratitude to all the women of this university community. The Seven Society wishes to offer its support and recognition to the following organizations: the Maxine Platzer Lynn Women's Center, the Women in Medical Sciences at UVA, the Society of Women Engineers, the Association of Women in Sports Media, the Graduate Women in Business, the Virginia Law Women, the Women's Business Forum at McIntyre, Girl Up at UVA, and Take Back the Night. I've never said the word women so many times. The Women's Leadership Council, oh, I forgot that one, sorry. And to each of these organizations, we give $7,777.77 to support and enable their work at the university and this community. Yeah. Sincerely, the Seven Society. Okay, now please turn your attention to our wonderful class video. Thank you so much.
life leaves you high and dry, I'll be at your door tonight if you need help, if you need help. I'll shut down the city lights, I'll lie, cheat, I'll beg and bribe to make you well, to make you well. When enemies are at your door, I'll carry you away from more if you need help, if you need help. Your hope dangling by a string, I'll share in your suffering to make you well, to make you well. Give me reasons to believe that you would do the same for me, and I will do it for you, for you. Baby, I'm not moving on, I'll love you long after you're gone. For you, sleep alone, I'll love you long after you go, and long after you're gone, gone, gone. When you fall like a statue, I'm gonna be there to catch you, put you on your feet, you on your feet. And if your well is empty, not a thing will prevent me. Tell me what you need, what do you need? I surrender honestly. I will do it for you, for you. Baby, I'm not moving on, I'll love you long after you're gone. For you, you will never sleep alone, I'll love you long after you're gone, and long after you're gone, gone, gone. You're my backbone, you're my cornerstone, you're my crutch when my legs stop moving. You're my head start, you're my rugged heart, you're the pulse that I've always needed. Like a drum, baby, don't stop beating. Like a drum, baby, don't stop beating. Like a drum, baby, don't stop beating. Like a drum, my heart never stops beating. For you, baby, I'm not moving on, I'll love you long after you're gone. For you, you will never sleep alone, I'll love you long after you go. For you, baby, I'm not moving on, I'll love you long after you're gone. For you, you will never sleep alone, I'll love you long, long after you go. Like a drum, baby, don't stop beating. Like a drum, baby, don't stop beating. Like a drum, baby, don't stop beating. Like a drum, my heart never stops beating for you. And long after you're gone, 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 I'll love you long after you're gone, gone, gone.
Can I get a class of 24? Yeah!
Hi everyone, thank you for coming. My name is Amanda Leisman. I'm a fourth-year trustee and member of the Women's Swim and Dive team. I will be presenting the Seven Society Awards now. The Lewis A. Honesty Award is given each year to a scholar athlete who, during their time at the university, dedicated themselves not only to the betterment of themselves and their team, but to the well-being and empowerment of communities across grounds. This year, it is the Seven Society's honor to recognize Mr. Tristan Howe, an individual who embodies a contagious spirit and has shown an inspiring, selfless devotion to various communities at the university. Mr. Howe's role on the men's basketball team is one of his most meaningful and impressive contributions to the university and Charlottesville communities. His persistence and passion garnered him a walk-on spot on the men's basketball team during his third year, and he never failed to demonstrate a team-first mentality throughout his career. Although being a walk-on is not an easy job, He consistently embodied humility, passion, unity, servanthood, and thankfulness, the core pillars of the men's basketball program. He wholeheartedly embraced his role and focused on improving his game to push and prepare his teammates. We reflect fondly on Mr. Howe's jump shot against Georgia Tech in the final seconds of senior night and the way it enlivened the entirety of John Paul Jones Arena. The joyful reaction from both the crowd and his teammates perfectly captured the powerful influence he has had on the entire community. Mr. Howe has poured his heart, soul, and time into other communities at the university as well. To serve and grow as a leader within the athletic community, he was involved with the Student Athlete Advisory Committee and the Athletic Leadership Academy. Additionally, he is known as a driven, inquisitive, and curious student in the Frake-Batten School of Leadership and Public Policy. His continuous pursuit of knowledge is evident through his involvement in the Center for Politics at UVA, Ethics and Public Policy Center, and the Center for Effective Lawmaking. Finally, he has shown a strong commitment to growing in his faith and spreading kindness through Chi Alpha and Catholic Who's. Far above his impact on the university as both a student and an athlete, we are most encouraged by and grateful for how Mr. Howe showed up as a person and friend on a daily basis. Among his greatest gifts is his exceptional ability to make others feel connected and valued. This has left a lasting impact on those around him. For all these reasons, the Seventh Society is honored to bestow the 2024 Louis A. Honesty Award on Mr. Tristan Howe. Join us in congratulating Mr. Howe and thanking him for his love of and devotion to the University of Virginia. Today, the Seventh Society has the privilege of celebrating a student organization that has dedicated itself to enriching the university community, Best Buddies at the University of Virginia. Their unwavering dedication to friendship and inclusion has quietly uplifted spirits and fostered a sense of belonging that extends far beyond the reaches of grounds. In the bustling rhythm of university life, Best Buddies stands as a sanctuary of sincere connection. The Friendship Walk exemplifies their ethos, an event where laughter and stories intermingle, and the joyous strides of participants resonate with a unified purpose. This gathering, emblematic of their mission, transforms mere steps into a march of solidarity, leaving a trail of uplifted hearts and spirits in its wake. It is the simple, pure joy that Best Buddies radiates, the kind that has resonated through laughter and cheers at the Friendship Walk, the shared moments of camaraderie during festive occasions, and the collective triumphs celebrated over basketball games and cafe conversations. Their ethos of inclusion is not just spoken, but lived out in the everyday acts of kindness that define the spirit of this group. As we reflect upon the many ways in which Best Buddies has contributed to the vibrancy of our community, we find ourselves inspired by the grace and generosity embedded in their mission. Through the impactful work that they do, they teach us all a profound lesson in humanity, that in the simple act of lending a hand, we have the power to transform lives. Though they may not always see it, every student's life is touched by the sincerity, understanding, and generosity that Best Buddies infuses into our community. Best Buddies serves as a model that we all should strive to achieve, embodying the values of embracing difference and fostering care and love for one another. Their commitment to inclusivity and their tireless efforts to create a community where everyone feels valued and accepted are a testament to the kind of world we should all strive to create. The Seven Society holds in high regard the impact they have made and anticipates with great enthusiasm the continued blossoming of their collective and individual journeys, here on grounds and in the wider world beyond, enriching our university community in immeasurable ways. Accepting this award on behalf of the organization is Kendall Shear, the president of Best Buddies.
My name is Riley Lorgas, and I'm a fourth-year trustee who served on the graduation committee this past year. So each year, the trustees of the graduating class bestow 3 awards upon students of their class who have contributed significantly to the university. These awards include the Award for Community Service, the Award for Cultural Fluency, and this year, the Pillar of UVA Award. The Community Service Award honors a graduating student who has endeavored to enrich the university and Charlottesville communities through service during their tenure as a student. When the class of 2024 was soliciting nominations, one person stood out amongst many, Rachel Moore. She demonstrates the true ideal of service, a commitment to humanitarian goals with an altruistic passion infused in her efforts. Ever since Rachel's first year on grounds, she has been dedicated to giving back to her community. As director of the walking bus program with Madison House, she answered the call when Charlottesville schools needed help getting their kids to school safely due to a shortage of school bus drivers, and she encouraged others to do the same. Rachel also wrote thank you cards for the dining and cleaning staff, the unsung heroes of our grounds, to express appreciation for their work and dedication to keeping us healthy, happy, and safe. Rachel's service also extended into the wider Charlottesville area, where she dedicated time volunteering at the Charlottesville Free Clinic and uplifting young women through the mentorship at the Women's Center. Her involvements are many, and she has touched many lives during her time here at the university. It is clear that her impact will be felt long after we leave grounds. Thank you for your service, Rachel, and congratulations. There is perhaps no one more deserving of the Cultural Fluency Award than Nahor Hagos. The Cultural Fluency Award, given to a graduating student who has demonstrated an acute understanding and appreciation for cultural and intellectual diversity during their time at UVA, represents the importance of uniting as a student body across our many different cultural contexts. Past winners have been applauded for going beyond the walls of the classroom in their quest to form bonds and find common understanding with their peers. And Nahor is no exception. Nahor has dedicated himself to helping organize the International Forum on Diplomacy through the Center for Politics, which aids in bringing new perspectives and ideas to grounds. Described as kind, smart, and outgoing, he makes a point to meet students of different cultures, whether it be through Chi Alpha or the Ethiopian Eritrean Students Association. As he seeks to learn and understand new cultures, Nahor approaches it with a motivation to find the common good in all of us. Through his involvements, he works to give others a chance to learn about the many cultures that surround us on grounds, which the community members who nominated him observed through his work with the Taste of the East event, a sold-out celebration of East African culture held earlier this spring. Nahor, on behalf of the trustees of the class of 2024, thank you and congratulations. Each year, the graduating class designs their own award to reflect the unique challenges and formative experience they have faced during their years on grounds. This year, the class of 2024 created the Pillar of UVA Award, which recognizes one fourth-year student who represents the very DNA of UVA in their commitment to values of honor, integrity, trust, and respect. The class put out a call to the entire community looking for nominees who exemplified honor by leading and guiding others with their strong principles. We sought nominees who were honorable in all that they did, compassionate as they walked through grounds, and who furthered the university's guiding mission to be both good and great. Our winner, Maddie Stokes, was noted to be the smartest undergraduate student by a professor who has taught for over 20 years. Maddie's nomination stood out because she was described as being exceptionally kind and considerate, always bringing out the best in her peers. Her nominators lauded Maddie as someone whose knowledge was equally deep and broad, and who worked in service to others in their community, who is a moral exemplar. Outside the classroom, you have seen her living on the lawn, tutoring in ESL, promoting scholarship with the Raven Society, debating with the Jefferson Literary and Debating Society, and serving as editor-in-chief of the Jefferson Journal. Maddie has indeed been a pillar within our class and a representative of the values we hold dear. Please join me in congratulating the Pillar of UVA Award winner, Maddie Stokes.
Good afternoon. My name is Cyril Greer. I'm a third-year student and had the pleasure of serving on the selection committee for the Algernon Sidney Sullivan Award this year. Each year, the Sullivan Award Committee selects 2 student recipients from the graduating class who best exemplify the highest qualities of character, humility, and unselfish service. The committee also selects an individual from the university community whose compassion, service, and influence are widely acknowledged and appreciated. All of the recipients of this award are wonderful people, but they are distinctly defined by their acts in support of others. Their deeds are not spent on self-interest, but rather in the interest of community. They represent our highest ideals and our greatest hopes. Please hold your applause as I read a few words about each of our recipients. First, we have Serena Matingu, and if you were to ask those who know Serena Matingu well, you would probably find that most of them have no idea of all the ways she has affected our community. In her 4 years here, Serena has dedicated herself wholeheartedly to those around her, embodying genuine care and selflessness. As a first-year student, she revitalized the Refusing the Narrative book club, providing a crucial space for Black women at UVA to explore and reshape their experiences. Now, as Alani, she's brought the book club to that historic space, impacting their connectivity with the UVA. Serena has been involved in housing and residence life the past 3 years, working as an RA for first years and this past year as a senior resident of the Lawn. She has served as the vice president of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, an Echo Scholar intern, scribe at the UVA Hospital and Charlottesville Free Clinic, Madison House Program Director, and Global Public Health Researcher. Serena's impact on the local Charlottesville community is evident and her public health research on the effects of guaranteed basic income programs on Black Charlottesville mothers. Serena, you exude the spirit of someone who truly finds joy and generosity in caring for others. Thank you for making UVA a better place. Next, we have Joshua Harris, who is unfortunately not here today, so his friend Anushka Dar will be accepting the award on his behalf. Now, a bit about Joshua. He graduated last year from UVA with his undergraduate degree and has completed his master's degree this spring. Joshua is known as a selfless and quiet leader who always puts others before himself. Josh has been the Student Council Chief of Student Access Services and the chair of the Minority Rights Coalition. Through these positions, Josh has spearheaded most of the intersectional collaborative events between minority organizations and has worked with others to support the Free Store and the Food Pantry. He is the president of the Animal Justice Advocates. In the words of a friend, he cares about animals, he cares about people. He cares about people who especially aren't given a voice, and I think that's the same way he thinks about animals. He believes that no one in this world should be harmed. No one in this world should face struggle. It is the many small things that Josh consistently does for those in marginalized communities that illustrate best his service to the community. Josh picks up on the little details about people's lives, he writes down these things, and keeps a running list of things that other people enjoy. If he knows that someone is having a hard day or a hard time, he will make them a gift basket or write them a card. His nominators say he does this because he understands what it feels like to be lonely because of his own marginalized identities and experience, and he never wants anybody else to feel that way. Josh, we are grateful for the way you consistently help others. We know it's a heavy lift to attempt to fix all the struggles in the world, so thank you for staying motivated to try. And lastly, we have Ms. Sherry Winston. So Sherry Bruce Winston has worked at UVA since 1984. Her work and her roles have changed a lot over the past 40 years, but what hasn't changed is her humble, quiet spirit, her welcoming personality, and her love for the institution. Since the most recent Rotunda renovation, Sherry has served as the director of the Rotunda. In this role, she is often seen as the face of the university to those who visit that space. Each and every day, she works to make the Rotunda a welcoming place for all, a center of history for visitors from near and far, a student's first welcome to the university, or a community group space for celebration. Sherry creates an atmosphere of welcome and joy in the Rotunda and has brought that space from just existing as a building to being an active, lively home. It is this creation of home, this genuine belief that everyone around her is deserving of kindness and her unwavering support, that are reasons that her ambassadors decided to nominate her for this award. Those students wrote in their nomination that she had been their shoulder to cry on, their cheerleader, their future job reference, their meal provider, a listening ear, and a beacon of light in our community. And I can attest as a fellow Rotunda student ambassador that Ms. Sherry has been all of those things to me. So thank you personally, Ms. Sherry. And Ms. Sherry, you make the Rotunda feel like home every day to anyone and everyone who visits it. So thank you for giving yourself for all of these years, and the university is a better place because of you. Thank you.
Good afternoon.
My name is Nathan Flyzik, and I am the Program Coordinator for Orientation and Transition Programs here at UVA. Today, on behalf of the Society of the Purple Shadows, I have the honor of presenting the Gordon F. Rainey Jr. Award for Vigilance to the Student Experience. A letter from the Society of the Purple Shadows to Miss Tabitha Enoch. Miss Enoch, the Society of the Purple Shadows seeks to recognize those exceptional individuals who serve our shared community without thought of recognition or reward. In this spirit, the Society is proud to present the 2024 Gordon F. Rainey Jr. Award for Vigilance to the Student Experience to you. Over your time at the university, you have significantly eased the college transition for tens of thousands of students. Your unwavering commitment to enhancing the experiences of first-year and transfer students is deeply valued. We recognize and celebrate your humble leadership within the Orientation and Transitions team and the enthusiasm and positivity with which you infuse into your work every day. Your efforts have been a source of inspiration and transformation during a pivotal time in the lives of incoming students. Furthermore, the dedication you show in supporting first-generation, low-income students is crucial to helping these members of our community feel both prepared and like they belong at our university. Moreover, your commitment to opening your doors and mentoring students in need demonstrates your deep capacity for compassion. Always willing to lend a listening ear, you lead selflessly and with tremendous joy. It is no secret that your work requires immense effort, and yet you embrace this vital role wholeheartedly, helping students find light in the unknown. Additionally, your contributions to the university extend beyond your work in the Orientation and Transitions team, as you have also embraced the role as the head of the Algernon Sidney Sullivan Committee. You have helped recognize those that engage in selfless service just as you do. Leading this committee, in addition to your work as an Associate Dean of Students, has indelibly enriched the university community. Faculty and students alike speak to the unique energy you bring to the university. Your spirit is infectious, and your ability to connect with students transforms their educational journey into a more personal and empowering experience. A colleague said, "It's not what she does, it's how she does it." Tab's contagious positive spirit fills any room she occupies, and she brings the same joy and energy into whatever task is at hand. Few on grounds can claim to have made as much of a difference as you, and the society eagerly looks forward to your continued selfless service. For you, Miss Enoch, are one the university is proud to call her own, the Society of the Purple Shadows. Congratulations, Tab.
Good afternoon. My name is Callaway Lee, and I am the chair of the 2024 Class Giving Campaign, Pass On Your Passion. Before I begin, I would like to recognize those individuals who helped make this campaign so successful. To my committee, Ashley Hall, Abby Hendrickson, Emma Nardone, Ryan Hemming, and Ben Solankiewicz. I am incredibly grateful for your service to our class and to have worked alongside each of you for the past year. To Mary Elizabeth Luzar at the Alumni Association and Ann Lawrence Grasty and her team at the UVA Office of Engagement, class giving would not have been possible without your expertise and constant support. Finally, to Kyle Woodson, Karina Reynolds, and the rest of trustees, thank you for your time and commitment to the class of 2024. Winston Churchill once said, "We make a living by what we get. We make a life by what we give." As students, we have been given an exceptional education, transformative experiences, and memories to last a lifetime. As alumni, we will have the responsibility of ensuring that future generations are afforded the same and even better opportunities. Philanthropy fosters a culture of altruism and interconnectedness. By continuing to give back to communities
that are important to us, we are able to make a tangible difference in the lives of others, promoting positive social change and leaving a lasting legacy of kindness and generosity. The Class Giving Campaign is an annual tradition that allows fourth-year students to give directly back to any organization at UVA. This allows us a moment to reflect on the areas that defined our time here and enhance them for students to come. Each gift is critically important to the future of this university and valued by every area that receives the support. It is my hope that the tradition of giving back or passing on your passion is something we will continue to remember and embody after graduation. I am pleased to announce that we are already off to a great start, with more than 42% of the class of 2024 participating in class giving. These 1,871 students donated to over 370 different allocations across grounds. Here's to continuing to build a vibrant community today and for the many years to come. President Ryan, on behalf of the class of 2024, I am honored to present this check for $46,555. Thank you and congratulations, class of 2024.
Good afternoon, and congratulations to the class of 2024, as well as to your families. I am here to offer some thanks. First, thanks to Callaway for all of your efforts. Thank you to the trustees for your leadership and service, and thanks to the more than 1,800 members of the class of 2024 who participated in the class gift. The tradition of the class gift started at UVA in 1983, and as you just heard, those who participate can direct their gifts to support just about any area, cause, or initiative at the university. This year, as Callaway just mentioned, you designated 378 different recipients of your gifts. I will read all of them. I won't. Just to give you a sense of their breadth, these include the University Library, Madison House, the Office of African American Affairs, the Women's Center, the Fralin Museum of Art, the Cavalier Marching Band, dozens of departments, hundreds of student organizations, sorority and fraternity foundations, Access UVA, which is our financial aid program, and the Virginia Athletics Foundation. All of us at UVA have benefited from the generosity of those who have come before us, and I'm grateful to see so many paying that generosity forward. It's one of the best ways to help make sure that future generations of UVA students will have the same opportunities that all of us have had, if not more. So on behalf of the entire university, thank you very much for your generosity, and I'm looking forward to seeing all of you again either tomorrow, Sunday, or both. Thank you.
Class of 2024, friends, families, faculty, and staff. My name is Danielle Stevens, and I am the Class of 2024 Trustees Graduation Chair. This afternoon, I have the distinct honor of introducing our keynote speaker, a University of Virginia alum, baseball legend, World Series champion, and philanthropist, Mr. Ryan Zimmerman. While at UVA, Mr. Zimmerman displayed his incredible athletic abilities on the field. He went on to establish the school record for hits in one season in 2004, and then went on to break his own record in 2005. After his time at UVA, he was drafted as the 4th pick overall to the Washington Nationals before becoming the first player ever to be drafted by the new team. This was only 88 days after graduating from UVA. He would go on to become the face of the franchise, even being dubbed Mr. National. In his 17 years with the Nationals, Mr. Zimmerman would become a 2-time All-Star, a Gold Glove and Silver Slugger winner, and a 2019 World Series champion. He continues to hold franchise records in a number of categories, including games played, hits, home runs, doubles, RBIs, runs scored, and total bases. He also notably started in every game that he appeared in, all 1,799 of them. Mr. Zimmerman's talents extend far beyond the baseball field. Throughout his life, Mr. Zimmerman has embodied a passion for serving others and has promoted a positive change for the future without seeking the spotlight. He began his own foundation, the ZIMS Foundation, to help raise awareness and fight multiple sclerosis, raising more than $4 million towards this cause. He also was one of the first professional athletes to raise funds for frontline workers during COVID-19 through his impactful Pros for Heroes campaign. Mr. Zimmerman continues to strive for greatness and leverage his influence to help others through a number of other initiatives, all while staying true to his roots. He has remained connected to the UVA baseball program as a generous donor and loyal fan. In 2022, Mr. Zimmerman was back at UVA's Disharoon Park for the retirement of his jersey. UVA head baseball coach Brian O'Connor said this about Ryan: "I always say that you can tell a lot about these professional athletes who are playing at the highest level by whether they make their community better, and you can certainly say that about Ryan. He is all class in everything that he does, the way that he played the game on the field, his leadership, and his poise that he played with." Mr. Zimmerman truly stands as a role model whose success we aspire to achieve with the same amount of leadership, perseverance, and humility that he brings on and off the field. It is truly my honor and privilege to introduce such a legend. And now, employee number 11, Mr. National, Ryan Zimmerman.
All right. Wow, what an honor to be here to share the stage with such great people that I got to chat with a little bit backstage, and obviously to share this with all of you out there as well on this fun weekend. Thank you, President Ryan, for giving me this opportunity, for all the great work that you do here at the university and in the community. Thank you, Danielle, for the kind introduction. Always like coming up to the stage when someone does that. It's nice. Thank you to the Board of Visitor members, and thank you to the UVA faculty and staff. You all are truly the great backbone of this institution. I would also like to thank my parents, Keith and Cheryl. They couldn't make it today, but they were such great role models for me and my brother growing up. They worked so hard and sacrificed so much to make it possible for me to even be in a position to attend this great university. I know that I would definitely not be up on this stage or have had the baseball career that I had without the relationships I garnered while on grounds and here in Charlottesville. Simply put, my parents made so many things in my life possible, and I try every day to be as good a parent to my kids as they were to me. Thank you, Mom and Dad. I know this is a weekend to celebrate the graduates, but I would also like to take a second to thank all of your friends and family that are here. So many of you played such a huge part in getting all these students here today. You should be just as proud as the graduates themselves. Take a second to give yourselves a round of applause. Thank you to my wife, Heather, for always supporting me in everything that I do. You push me to do things outside of my comfort zone, kind of like this. Giving life and career advice to a group of really smart young people who have all done something now that I did not do, receive a college degree. Feeling super comfortable up here right now. My wife, I met her in Northern Virginia. She graduated from Radford, and sometimes reminds me that she is the only one in the house who actually has a college diploma. To To which I sometimes reply, well, 3 years here, it's kind of equal to like 4 years there. Obviously kidding. And the only way I could say that was to ask her permission to put it in the speech. So I don't have a degree, but I'm not a dummy. But she was a broadcast journalism major at Radford and had a blossoming career before she decided to become an incredible wife and an amazing mom to our 4 kids. Thank you for everything you do. To my 2 daughters that are here, Mackenzie and Hayden, who are 10 and almost 8. It has been so cool for them to experience this celebration. They both love school and love learning. And this experience shows them that hard work can lead to great accomplishments. I can't wait to attend their graduation ceremonies one day. And maybe one day they can attend mine as well. Or maybe we can graduate together. Mackenzie's 10, 8 years, 4 more, the 19 that I've been gone. So like a quick 41 years for me to get my degree. Just modern day Tommy boy. And we also have 2 boys at home, Henry and Benjamin. They didn't quite make it out today. It's probably better for everyone that they're not here. These plants would be gone. That flag would definitely be down. They'd be sitting there whining, complaining, kind of like I was when they changed O'Neill's to Trinity. I was always kind of a Coops guy, though, but that's right. Yeah. But I'm sure they're at home listening, locked into my speech, or just watching Paw Patrol and hanging out. But if you're listening, boys, I love you, and we can play when we get home. Nonetheless, I'm extremely proud that I went to this great university. The notion kicks in when all my Virginia Tech buddies back home text me when their football team beats us again. But that's going to change soon. We're coming. Or when they mention the UMBC loss in the first round of the NCAA basketball tournament. To which I just text back, what happened the next year, and how many national championships does your school have? But again, it's just school pride, just standing up for this great institution. But all of you here should be very proud, and I know you are. Today we are here to celebrate you. You guys did it. You made it. The class of 2024. Give yourselves a huge round of applause. When I started to think about my speech and what message I wanted to convey today, the first thing I did was completely panic. I'm going to have a chance to address some of the best and brightest minds of the next generation. One of the greatest honors is to speak at university graduations. What am I going to do or say to inspire them? And then I did what all great thinkers do. I went down to my basement, poured a nice glass of bourbon, and started writing. After a couple glasses, or maybe a few more, it became apparent to me that we have more in common than I originally thought. Here are a few of the messages I came up with. To whom much is given, much is expected. This goes back to the pride element we just talked about. You're about to receive one of the most prestigious degrees in the state, country, and even the world. You earned it. It was not given to you. But now it is your job to validate it. Go out there with confidence and let your talents shine. Much has been said about the world and the country you're about to venture out into. How it's a bad place to grow up, things are unfair, and much more. No doubt, we all have things to work on, and we can all become way better. I'm not here to say life is fair. What I have noticed more and more lately is we have a lot of people who like to complain about these problems, but far less people who are willing to offer solutions for these problems. You all have the tools and the opportunity to change this, arguably more than any generation before you. Go from here and be the positive influence we all need right now. Use the education, the lessons, and the relationships you have gathered in your years here on grounds to go make a difference and change the world. I used this mantra throughout my career as a professional baseball player. Although I earned my spot, I also realized I got to play a game for a living. I never forgot that much was expected of me on and off the field. I wanted to go out there every single day and prove to the fans that I deserved to play this game. I never took a day for granted. As my dad used to tell me, someone's always trying to take your job. Think like that, and I promise you will be successful. Each and every one of you has earned this. You now have something that many wish they had, like me. Don't ever forget that, and don't ever take it for granted. Let's talk about failure a little bit. Not as fun as a degree you discern, but failure, in my opinion, is one of the greatest teachers in life. Now, I'm not talking about not showing up and losing your job or that type of failure. I'm not here to spread that message. I'm talking about failing because you're trying to invent a new medical technique or failing to create a new computer program that would improve the lives of millions. These are the types of failures I welcome. Failing while trying to push the limits within your expertise. It's one of the main reasons I love sports so much. I truly believe that sports and competition parallel real life in so many ways. Baseball is one of the greatest sports ever invented, but it's also one of the hardest. You can fail 7 times out of 10 and be thought of as one of the greatest to ever play. I stumbled upon Peyton Manning's speech here a few years back when I was doing some research. His career completion percentage was 65.3%. My career hit percentage is about 27%. So as you can see, I learned to fail quite a bit. It's not unlike what you guys are about to encounter in the real world. Everyone fails. It's inevitable. What I want you all to think about is not the act of failing, but how you respond after you fail. You can whine and complain, wallow in self-pity, or you can learn from it and become better. More importantly, we cannot let the thought of failure lead to hesitancy. So many of society's greatest inventions or policies would have never come to fruition if the fear of failure stopped people from moving forward. This made me think of one of my favorite quotes. It's a quote from Teddy Roosevelt. Speaking of failures, not sure if we have any Nats fans here today? Yeah. But you know, we do this weird, crazy president's race at our game, and Teddy loses pretty much every time, but he still shows up to the race. So I guess if you take anything from this speech, it's that we can all be like a racing president mascot. So anyway, the quote goes like this. It is not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles, or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes short again and again, because there is no effort without error and shortcoming. But who does actually strive to do the deeds, who knows great enthusiasms, great devotions, who spends himself in a worthy cause, who at the best knows in the end the triumph of high achievement, and who at the worst, if he fails, at least fails while daring greatly, so that his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who neither know victory nor defeat. This is one of the ways I approach my career, and I challenge each of you to approach whatever your next step in life is. Don't be the person judging from the outside. Be the person in the arena, striving to better yourself and everything and everyone around you. One of the things I became known for in my career was coming through in the clutch, earning the nickname Mr. Walk-Off. I had 11 walk-off home runs and some more walk-off hits. People often ask me, how were you so successful in those situations? The truth is I really don't know, but I always used to tell them, I put the pressure on the pitcher. By the end of the game, you're facing a guy that's one of the best pitchers on their team. Honestly, he's kind of supposed to get you out. But the truth is, I would have rather had the chance to be the guy to win the game and not come through, which I did many times. Instead of never having a chance at all, I wanted to be in the arena. I lived for those moments, even knowing there was a good chance of failure. Quick story about a Cubs. We were in Chicago, a Cubs series. Bryce Harper was on the team. I was hitting behind Bryce Harper that day. Joe Madden, the manager of the Cubs then, walked Bryce intentionally 4 times. I then left 13 people on base that day, and we lost the game basically because of me. And after the game, the media asked me, what did you think about that? And I said, Joe's pretty smart. I would pitch to me instead of Bryce too. And then I looked at him and I said, I hope he does it again tomorrow. And, I truly meant that. I just failed miserably, and I want to do it again tomorrow. I can live with myself no matter what the outcome is because I know I prepared and gave myself the best chance to succeed in those situations. Whatever you have lined up to do next, whether you already have a job or you will be interviewing for one, just promise me you will prepare yourself on a daily basis to be successful. Put the work in, and I guarantee you, you will be happy with the outcome. If you diligently prepare, it's out of your hands, and no matter what happens, you will be able to sleep at night. When you get out there, be a good teammate. As you guys move on from grounds and navigate your next steps in life, I challenge you to be good teammates. Always choose to be optimistic instead of pessimistic. Be encouraging instead of discouraging. Be the person who makes everyone around them better. This type of attitude is contagious. The mindset is what the world needs more and more, and you will find more success with this mindset. One of my favorite teammates of all time was a guy named Ian Desmond. Really good shortstop, but an even better person. He would always say it's easy to be a good teammate when you're hitting 300. Let's see what happens when you're hitting 200. We are all great people when things are going our way. The true test of character comes when hard times show up. My goal every year was to be a great teammate and leader by being consistent each and every day. You guys can do this too. Whatever endeavor is on the horizon, show up every day and be ready to work. Or as Coach Mack, who is still here, was my hitting coach and the assistant hitting coach here, he said, keep pushing the rock. You can get away with some things, but there are no shortcuts in real life, no free lunch. Embrace the grind that is about to become your daily routine. No matter how successful you become, remember, this is the foundation that helps lay the heaviest of stones. Become successful by outworking everyone. Put the work in is a slogan I used to live by. And when you ultimately succeed because of this hard work, remember to stay humble. Be the same person throughout all of your achievements and your failures. If you practice this, not only will you have success, but you will earn the respect of your peers. Whether you're in an office or a lab, on a trading floor, or on a baseball field, the respect of your peers is the highest compliment anyone can achieve. Make sure you give back. Wherever you go from here, or if you're back here, wherever you end up, just give back. Muhammad Ali once said, "Service to others is the rent you pay for your room here on earth." Find something that you are passionate about. For me, off the field, that was the Zims Foundation. As some of you might know, my mother was diagnosed with MS in 1995. This news at the time was pretty heavy. My brother Sean and I, as middle schoolers, had to help my dad adjust, and it put life and the meaning of life into an entirely new perspective. A decade later, after making my major league debut with the Nats in the fall of 2005, we started the Zims Foundation, literally from my parents' living room in Virginia Beach. Our goal was simple: do whatever we could to raise awareness and ultimately find a cure for MS. Being a big league ball player, I now had a platform to raise awareness and real donations that many did not have. We started off by doing a golf tournament in Virginia Beach, and it has blossomed into something none of us would have ever imagined. When I negotiated my first contract with the Nats, a few years later, I was the first MLB player to negotiate into their on-field contract the use of their home stadium, rent-free, for a philanthropic event. You should have heard some of the ideas my buddies had for that rent-free day. That was a philanthropic event, was not theirs. With the help of my agent, also a UVA grad, by the way, we hosted 10 straight years of charity music concerts, calling it a night at the park while raising millions of dollars to fight MS. Finding ways to give back is contagious. With these specific Zims Foundation events and others, we engage entire communities across the region. We've been able to partner with local schools to bring kids to Nats games to get their minds off the responsibilities that they had at home being a caregiver to a parent with MS, like I was many years before that. These relationships and connections allowed us to branch off and create additional programs, like Pros for Heroes, which helped give back to first responders and small businesses when COVID-19 hit. To this day, I'm proud to say that we have raised and given back more than $4.5 million to fight for these causes we care so much about. And I bring all this up not to boast about how much I've done or what my family has accomplished. Of course, we love to raise money and give it away. But what my family and I have learned throughout the years is that doing these things allows you to get to know your community and make lifelong friends. Just like your time on grounds, you have created unbreakable relationships with the people and the community around you. The best views come after the longest climbs, and your view this afternoon as you await your diploma is mighty bright. Go out, get involved in your community, get to know your neighbors. Take a break from your phone and talk to someone in person. And when you have kids, teach them to value these acts as well. Take a chance every now and then and have a coffee or chat with someone you may not have a lot in common with. Try to learn how to be comfortable in uncomfortable situations. You might be surprised at what you learn about that person, or better yet, what you learn about yourself. In closing, pretty simple, just be kind. Hold the door for people. Say please and thank you. Make eye contact and tell someone to have a nice day. When someone does something for you, take the time to write a handwritten thank you note and send it to them. And this amazing thing called the mail. These seem like very simple acts, but they are not. It takes a little bit more of your time, or it might not be convenient for you. But when the other person receives that compliment or that thank you note, maybe then they will take the time to do it for someone else. Then it starts to spread. My parents used to tell me, treat others like you want to be treated. I can't tell you how many times me and my brother heard that growing up. But it's true. It really is that easy. It doesn't matter where you come from, what you look like, or even where you went to school. At the end of the day, we are all human beings and we are in this together. Your generation can and will lead the way. I cannot wait to see what you all accomplish, and it has been an honor to speak with you today. Best wishes and go Hoos.
Thank you so much, Mr. Zimmerman, for your inspiring remarks. And I'm going to need everybody here to go ahead and lower their expectations for mine. Family, friends, and distinguished guests, my name is Kyle Woodson. On behalf of all students here, thank you for supporting us through this journey. We could not have done it without you. Class of 2024, to those who know me, hello again. To those who don't know me, you might recognize me as KEW9HJA@virginia.edu. This is my formal apology for adding to your overflowing inboxes all these years. However, if you think that this occasion marks the end of receiving emails from me, don't get too excited. I have already scheduled a class party reminder email to send later this afternoon. But on a more serious note, we did it. 1,361 days ago, we began our classes from home on Zoom. And sometime in the next 48 hours, we will walk down the lawn together with our backs to the rotunda, soon to be pronounced graduates of the University of Virginia. A few weeks ago, I ran into a friend who I've known since elementary school, giving her final tour as a university guide. She asked me to provide one piece of advice to her tour group. I told them this: during your first couple of weeks on grounds, everyone is eager to meet new people. So don't let the fear of an awkward interaction hold you back from finding your forever friends. Now, some of you might be thinking, wow, that was unoriginal. Cut me some slack, that was a high-pressure situation, but I think it speaks volumes that many of us here would probably offer similar advice to new students. We used to find some solace in spontaneous interactions. As students, we've balanced classes, homework, club meetings, personal well-being, social lives, and more. We spent the last 4 years fine-tuning our daily routines. I will be the first to admit that I am obnoxiously organized. Those who know me well, or who have caught a glimpse of my Google Calendar, know that I'm a serial planner. It is probably fair to say that many of us here have hardly deviated from our carefully constructed routines over the past year. But now, we are jumping off the deep end into brand new environments, and excessive planning may not be the best approach. Too much planning can lead to paralysis, it can hinder adaptation, cause stress and burnout, and even lead to disappointment, when things don't go as planned. So as we embark on a new sort of first year, let's make a pact, me and all of you, to embrace spontaneity once again. While thinking of a way to justify this suggestion, I, of course, got distracted scrolling through LinkedIn. I don't know about all of you, but LinkedIn has become my go-to method to stalk what other people are up to. But the scrolling paid off when I came across an article from an ex-serial planner which provides a good analogy for us to keep in mind. Life is like a boulder that you are in control of, shaping it and pushing it over a hill. It takes a lot of effort to reach the top, but eventually you get over the peak. The boulder begins to roll with your guidance, slowly but surely down the very path you intend. But then, momentum takes over. The boulder gains a life of its own and begins to stray from the calculated path as it picks up speed. The point is that those who shy away from surprise opportunities will focus all of their time and energy to get this boulder back on their planned path. But those who recognize the possibilities from a spontaneous change in direction will utilize the momentum to take full advantage of new experiences. All of our hard work over the past 4 years has helped us reach the top of the hill, but our futures are not predetermined. So, remember to find solace in spontaneity. You never know what unexpected opportunities will present themselves. Don't be afraid to seize them. And you never know who you will cross paths with. Don't be afraid to say hi, because a single conversation could turn into a new forever friendship. Now, before we conclude, I want to add a shameless plug for the class party tonight at Alumni Hall from 9 p.m. to midnight. Also, semi-surprise, we have a limited number of custom UVA scarves available for graduating fourth years as you depart from JPJ. Please only take one scarf per student. Thank you all for attending, and fingers crossed that the weather holds over the next 2 days. Please rise to sing the good old song.
I am? Well, I thought I was getting out. I was just pumped for y'all.